don't know where to start, it can be overwhelming, even paralyzing. So let's fix that. Welcome to Simply Cyber, a community of tens of thousands of aspiring and active cybersecurity professionals focused on networking, knowledge sharing, and professional development. I'm Dr. Gerald, Auger, Chief Content Creator at Simply Cyber, inviting you to get the answers to your cybersecurity problems with hundreds of cybersecurity videos answering your frequently asked questions, interviewing industry experts, and live streaming daily cyber threat briefings hosted by me. Now get the stories and insights you won't find anywhere else. Hit subscribe now and dig into all the fresh content on the channel and in the community. Nothing should stop you from launching and leveling up your cybersecurity career today. All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the party. It is February 27th. It is a Tuesday. This is episode number 566 of Simply Cyber's Daily Cyber Threat Brief podcast. I am your host, Dr. Gerald Auger. And over the next 45 minutes, me, you, Chad Green, Laura Flores, James Adacudo, Kerry Sabazat, recent baton holder, Thomas Marquette, Frank James Andriuli, Senfulous Chris Young, folks over in Europe like Kenneth Ruff, people in the low country like Casley Joseph. We are all going to be shredding the top cybersecurity news stories of the day, and I'll be giving my expert opinion and analysis on each of those stories, on what it means to you as a practitioner. So how can you use this information to drive cyber risk reduction for your business stakeholders? Or, hold on, if you're looking to pivot into the industry, we have got immense value for you, believe that, because you're going to be asked in any single job interview, how do you stay current on the industry? Doink! Right there is a home run slam dunk answer. And on top of that, can I tell you that the networking over there with the hashtag Team SC Cruz, Raymond Cruz, you just did a buffer overflow on my brain there, buddy. The networking with the team, hashtag Team SC crew, is absolutely phenomenal and epic. So settle in. We've got a great show for you today. I swear that it's going to be chef's kiss. I do not prepare or research any of the stories in advance. I don't even really know what the stories are going to be. So we're going to be experiencing them together, and I absolutely love it. It's like we're at work, and we're at the coffee cooler. I've got my big cup of Joe here, and we're talking about the top cyber news stories of the day. Now, before I get into it, allow me to throw some love to the stream sponsors, those who enable me to bring the top cyber news stories of the day to you every single morning, starting with my good friend Eric Taylor and the crew at Barricade Cyber Solutions. Barricade Cyber Solutions is dedicated to helping businesses from cyber attacks and recover from the damage done. Cyber attacks can cause massive issues for businesses and send dedicated, hardworking business owners into turmoil. But guess what? Barricade Cyber Solutions knows what to do. Barricade Cyber Solutions knows how to mitigate the damage done by cyber incidents and yeet those threat actors out the environment. Check them out at barricadecyber.com. Eric will tell you.
Catch me outside. How about that?
Catch me outside, threat actors. How about that? Absolutely love it. Check them out, Barricade Cyber. Links in the description. Also want to say shout out and love to Panoptcy Security. Listen, guys, if you need some help with your information security program, there's no shame in that. There's no shade being thrown. Dude, we are constantly undermanned, under-resourced, underutilized. You know, there's a lot to know, and there's not enough time to learn it all. So sometimes you need a little bit of help, and Panoptcy Security is a perfect solution for that. If you need help on long-term information security program, maybe you don't know how to implement NIST cybersecurity framework. Maybe you want to go from reactive to proactive. How do you do that? Boom! Panoptcy Security can do it. Tony Roy with the squad membership and that blue badge looking good on you, Tony. All right, panoptcy.com, links in the description below, as always. Love it. Now, Antisyphon training, we'll talk more about those beautiful babies at the mid-roll and all the wonderful work they're doing. But let me tell you, if today is your first episode, Tony Parrish down in sunny Florida, love it. Listen, if today is your first episode, then let me welcome you personally. Welcome to the party, pal. Hashtag first timer in chat. If episode 566 is your first episode, we get newcomers and first timers every single show. Today might be your day. Hashtag first timer in chat. We have a special sound effect for you. We have a special emote just for you. because we love welcoming first-timers and newcomers into the Simply Cyber community because we want you to know it's supportive and inclusive here, and there's room for everybody. If you're a regular, hashtag Team SC in chat. Let's see it. Definitely love that. And by the way, each episode of the Simply Cyber Daily Cyber Threat Brief is worth half a CPE. So go ahead and say what's up in chat, whether it's first time or Team SC, and screenshot it. Take the screenshot, put it in a folder, label it February 27th, right? And then when it comes time once a year, Marcus Kyler with a squad membership, that blue badge looking good on you, buddy. Also, Marcus Kyler, official president of the Yeet Crew, a sub-faction of the Simply Cyber community. Brandon Corbin with the blue badge. My goodness, guys, you're overwhelming, taking over the stream. Love it. All right, guys. So grab a screenshot of your CPEs and let's get you credit for those too. There's no reason not to take advantage of that because doing CPEs typically sucks first, honestly. But this does not suck. So this is all about good times. Hashtag thirst timer Valentino with the coffee cup, drink and beer. Cheers to that, Valentino. All right, let's do this. So good. All right, we got about 20 seconds before we get into it. I want to say what's up to Charles Keeley, first timer.
Welcome to the party, pal.
And Tony Diaz, first timer.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Welcome to the party, pal. And then let's get the Bruce Willis, John McClane. You want to? Hey guys, by the way, welcome to the party, pal. To all you first timers, I also want you to know that Mrs. Auger, the other night, I think it was Sunday night, Mrs. Auger throws on Die Hard and says, "There you go," and then leaves the room. And I watched it all, and it was absolutely glorious. Actually, she did watch a little bit with me at the beginning. Hey, Alan Norris, looking good. Love it, love it, love it. And we've got some jaw jacking coming at you a little bit later today with our very own Eric Taylor. So stay tuned for that. But guys, as fun as it is to do shout outs and play sound effects and welcome everybody to the show, we've got work to do. Wah, wah, wah. So do me a favor, sit back, relax, and let's let the cool sounds of the hot news wash over us in an awesome wave. I will see you at the mid-roll.
From the CISO series, it's cybersecurity headlines.
These are the cybersecurity headlines for Tuesday, February 27th, 2024. I'm Rich Straffolino. SolarWinds attackers changing tactics. Britain's National Cybersecurity Center, or NCSC, and other Five Eyes Alliance members published an alert detailing new attack methods from this Russian SVR-linked group. This sees the group focusing on stealing system-issued access tokens from compromised personal devices. These devices often connect to corporate resources, opening the door to further cloud-based platforms. Once accessing a cloud platform, the attackers register their own devices as legitimate to gain persistence. The NCSC also published mitigations for this approach, urging all organizations to familiarize themselves.
Yeah. Okay, so a couple things here. One, I hate to be this guy. Okay. But the whole reason that we were able to uncover the SolarWinds attack was because they registered another phone on a FireEye executive's account as a multi-factor authenticator. That's how FireEye got tipped off that they were in there, and what launched what would end up being one of the most incredible investigations of all time, resulting in discovering one of the most epic hacks of all time. Really quick. Again, threatactoracademy.com. I don't endorse or promote this, but I will tell you that the SolarWinds breach is hands down the most sophisticated, elegant, and just unbelievably professionally executed cyber attack in history that is known publicly, right? I'm sure there's like some really, really fancy ones that never made the light of day because they were that good at, OPSEC and stuff. But if you don't know about the SolarWinds or you don't know all the details, it is phenomenal what Russia did, okay? And again, I'm not super happy about it because they did infect like Department of Treasury, Department of Justice, 18,000 companies, 425 of the Fortune 500 companies were impacted. Russia really, really deep in there, basically using SolarWinds as a initial infection vehicle, the Orion platform. I won't get into all the details. I'll just tell you, if you don't know enough about the SolarWinds breach, absolutely study it. There's tons of YouTube videos. There's large overviews. There's technical deep dives. Consume all of it. This is another one of those just chef's kiss case studies that you can learn, A, to protect yourself, but B, to really, really blow interviewers' minds. If you're able to pull anything from this particular story, I won't... Excuse me. I won't go into a deep dive on the whole technical execution of it right now, but it is phenomenal. Now, what they're saying here is intel out of the UK and other Five Eye intel agencies, so like Canada, Australia, US. I don't know who the Fifth Eye is, maybe Germany, I'm not sure. But the point is, they're saying that they're seeing SolarWinds attackers steal session cookies, a session token or cookie. Maybe we should call them cookies and just make it faster to talk about these things. But a session cookie or token, and then using it to log into a victim's account. And because the cookie will expire after a certain period of time, they will establish a new multi-factor authentication device, like a phone or something, or an email address, in order to be able to authenticate. Now, remember, you should always implement multi-factor authentication. Obviously, like, it's ridiculous not to implement it. But it can be, it's not bulletproof. It can be circumvented. It also means that the threat actors do have access to username and password of the victims, presumably, even if you're passwordless. If it's multi-factor and they're registering one new form of factor, then the chances are that they have the other factor, right? The phone calls coming from inside the room. Really quickly, shout out to Eric Taylor, who just brought this on. Somehow this is a thing. Hopefully Tookie is not a pre-existing word that means something that I don't know what that means, and it's not NSFW. I would really hope I didn't make a mistake like that. But anyways, TLDR, you should be, here's the thing. I don't know off the top of my head how to set alerts. If, thank you, New Zealand's the Fifth Eye. I don't know how to set alerts, but there's got to be a way to set alerts for when a new factor of authentication is configured or enabled. We allow our end users to self-service and log into, at least on Office 365. I'm sure Google's the same. You can self-service log in, configure a new phone number, new account, new 6-digit PIN, whatever. So IT doesn't have to be burdened with that management. But there's got to be some audit log that says, hey, Auger G just registered a new multi-factor authentication thing, and maybe have some way of seeing IP address or region or location, or maybe configure some orchestration to fire off an email or a communication to that end user, asking them to confirm. There's a lot of different ways to do it, but just be, or again, sorry, I'm doing this like live and shooting from the hip, but like maybe if it's a IT user account or an executive user account, maybe you fire it off. If it's just like Carl's account, maybe you don't. I don't know. It really needs to be, you really need it to be appropriate for your risk profile. And I'm just getting confirmation now from BSEC that you can lock down MFA and get alerts for new users or new machines. No, like, it's no surprise, right? When new users are created and when new forms of authenticating are enabled, you want to know about that, because that's a thing. Okay, let's go.
Brand domains used in spam operation. Guardio Labs
Oh,
published
yeah, look at
details about
this.
a spam campaign called subdomailing, operated by the threat actors Resec Ads. This group used dead or affiliated domains of established brands, things like eBay, the ACLU, Marvel, and VMware, to send spam messages. Because these come from trusted domains, they often get around SPF, DKIM, and DMARC. The operation shows significant sophistication, checking device type and location to tailor spam messages to optimize click-through. Researchers found the group actively scanning for subdomains that might have only been used by a brand briefly.
All right. Well, that's actually really, really interesting. So, okay, this is actually really interesting. So when threat actors are really good, okay? Again, threatactoracademy.com. Threat actors are really good. And a lot of times our email security gateways are configured to reject emails that look fishy or spammy, right? Or malicious in intent. And some of the controls we have are DKIM, DMARC, SPF. And I forget, it doesn't matter what the what the acronyms stand for. They're just like you kind of always do them together. And it looks at the domain it's coming from, the legitimacy of that domain. If the sender is spoofing its address, then it can detect that and help manage that. So what they're doing here is, as a bug bounty person or a web app security person, our methodology are like, I'm that guy. I should have my red team shirt on. I play one on TV. I'm not. The cyber professionals will use tools like Tom Nom Nom's Asset Finder that Nerman asked about yesterday, or somebody asked about yesterday. I was going to install. You can use these to find subdomains, so you can find legacy systems or development systems or test systems or systems that were deprecated or sunsetted or legacy, like whatever. Choose your adventure on what word terminology you want to use. But the problem is the brands actually built out those domains as legitimate. Now, the threat actors are using those tools. This is brilliant, by the way. The threat actors are using those tools because they basically have established trust and they're out there available for registration. So that's the thing here. The trouble with defending from this is that if I'm Marvel Studios or Sony Pictures or Sierra Nevada, let's throw some love to Sierra Nevada, right? And you run some marketing campaign. The marketing people are like, yeah, give me this domain, like drinksierranevada.com. Like let's run that campaign or whatever. They run it for 3 months and then it's over. They're not going to renew the domain name because they don't care anymore. It just expires, but it's got legitimacy, right? It's got legitimacy and trust and all and reputation scores and such. And that's what they're doing. They're basically scooping up those. And you can see they bought 8,000 domains, right? Registering a domain costs money, right? Like $10, $20 a year. So, they spent whatever this is, $160,000 on domains. You think that they're not going to get their return on investment? Bruh, come on, man. They're definitely going to make money. And that's why it's a business model, right? They're investing $150,000 into resources and domains and assets. Then they got to build a little infrastructure out. No big deal. Fire off the emails. And all they got to do is break even and it's all worth it. And in reality, they're straight up making more than that. I'm certain of it. So be mindful of this. Honestly, I'm not really sure how you can really, I don't know if you can technically defend against this because you can't just block domains willy-nilly, right? Because like subscribe.marvel.com, that's a legitimate subdomain. You know what I mean? Like at one point, the only two things I can think of is one would be if you can subscribe to like threat intel feeds that are like dynamically updated for your firewall, like they call it typically, I think they call it like next gen firewalls or Palo Alto's firewalls, they call it Wildfire, I believe. But anyways, the point is that basically threat intel feeds and vendors are dynamically updating your block list on your firewall. That's one way. And then two, educate your end users, right? Like I know it's so pedestrian and so fundamental, but dude, educate your end users. Carl, Netflix is not going to contact you and ask you like to log into your account, to get like a 10% discount or something. Like, just like stop doing that, okay? But this is a clever bit of ruse by the threat actors. I will say that. Yeah, okay, so BSEC also says, this is true, but I don't know if this would work for this particular issue, but some firewalls and such in browsers, honestly, will, if a domain is relatively new, like it's only been around for 3 days, that's basically new infrastructure that threat actors have stood up, then you won't be able to, you could configure it not to access it X number of days, X number of months, whatever. That will introduce some friction because you kind of have some false positives with that. And the marketing people aren't going to like that very much because they spin up domains all the time. But that is another technique that you can do.
Steel Giant hit with cyber attack. The firm ThyssenKrupp confirmed threat actors gained access to systems in its automotive production division last week. The company characterized it as an early-stage attack, but shut down IT systems in the division as a precaution. German media reported the attack directly impacted a Saarland-based plant, which handles steel production, research and development, as well as collaboration with outside entities. The company did not say when it expects to resume full production at the facility. This marks a continuing trend for the industrial supply chain giant, with ThyssenKrupp seeing cyber espionage and other attacks in 2022, 2020, 2016, and 2013.
All right. You know you're a parent if you see the word Krupp and your mind immediately goes to Captain Underpants. And if you don't know what Captain Underpants is, that's fine. Don't worry about it. Tra-la-la! All right. Hey, manufacturing has held the top spot for ransomware victims for a number of years. Healthcare is making a push to unseat manufacturing as the number one, but basically manufacturing, there's a direct impact and correlation to revenue generation and ransomware incidents. If you stop the machines from making widgets, you can't sell widgets, right? It's very, very simple. So manufacturing's been all up in that. On top of that, manufacturing, you typically have a lot of, workers that are using shared accounts. No, I hate the term knowledge worker. Frankly, I think it's very derisive of manufacturing line workers and stuff like that. But it's not uncommon to have, like, say, a Windows machine at a manufacturing station, and you have 3 people rotating on shifts, right? So, like, I punch out at 5 o'clock, and BSEC shows up at 5 o'clock, and we hand off. I'm not logging out of that computer and BSEC's logging in. It's just logged in, printing money, basically, right? So now you've got a shared account. You still got to put multi-factor authentication stuff on it. So you don't make the passwords hard, right? Or they're written down. Long story short, there's a lot of opportunity for compromise in those environments, and they're typically running, not always, but like they can be running legacy operating systems because you know what? It works. Set it and forget it. Don't disrupt it. It's moving 24/7, making money, aka printing, making widgets or whatever it's doing. Don't mess with it. So manufacturing gets hit hard. And this is just another example. So if you do work in manufacturing, it's 2024. You should be more than aware of the fact that ransomware is going to get you, going to target you. 100,000 people, 44 billion in revenue for this company. A company that big, there's no question that they would be a target and of a cyber attack. And frankly, very difficult to prevent it. With 100,000 people working there, that's 100,000 attack surfaces for a threat actor to target, get into. I'll tell you, man, with enough time and enough motivation, any business can be compromised. It's just a matter of that. So for your own self, I'll say this. I almost should make a video about this or a sound effect because I say it often enough. With tabletop exercises, guys, those can be very, very useful for mitigating down the impact of a ransomware incident. You should be doing them. Ransomware is like the token scenario for a tabletop exercise, but you have to be like legit about execution on it. You can't be like it annoys me. And like, Kevin, get ready, Kevin, because I'm coming after you. It just annoys me when I'm like, all right, like, user calls and reports that they see a message on their screen saying that they need to send Bitcoin. You suspect it's ransomware. What are you doing? It's like, restore from backups. And it's like, oh my God. Like, again, you have to take the high road. You have to be chill. You have to be cool. And you have to say, okay, yeah, restore from backups. Who's going to be restoring that machine? Well, it's an end user's machine. We'll dispatch a field engineer. Okay, like, who's dispatching it? What's that system look like? Oh, well, we go into like this server and we create a ticket. It's a homegrown solution. Well, guess what? You log into that server and see the same ransom note. Oh my God, intrigue. Now what do you do, Kevin? We're getting reports all across the company that the note's being there. The call is coming from inside the house. The CEO has just walked into your office and turned his laptop around and it's got the note. What do? You're going to dispatch 100,000 field engineers? I don't think so, pal. Let's go. All right.
Lockbit. Don't call it a comeback. Following the takedown of the high-profile ransomware group last week, we're seeing signs it's starting to spin back up operations. The group's admin, known as Lockbit Cyber, opened a new extortion site over the weekend. It lists 5 current victims, but lacks the backlog of victim data from previous attacks. Yesterday, we covered how Britain's National Crime Agency, or NCA, seemed to taunt and partially dox Lockbit Cyber, echoing how the group previously provoked its victims. And now...
All right, so... Again, this is our daily dose of Michael Jackson's popcorn. Mods, if I can get the Michael Jackson popcorn, please. Lockbit Cyber is the Lockbit website administrator. Obviously, a key player in the Lockbit ransomware gang. Law enforcement has been after him. They say they know where he is. They're saying things like, "We know what kind of car you drive," and that you've been lying about different things. Lockbit Cyber himself, I'm assuming it's a male, has come out and said that it's likely that the site got taken down by PHP. And no surprise, Lockbit is trying to relaunch its service. Guys, say what you will, but remember, Lockbit ransomware affiliate service is just a business. Their business is crime, and it's absolutely terrible. Oh, thank you, Justin Gold. Here we go. Listen. Lockbit is a business, okay? And businesses, just like you and I protect, need to have business continuity. When bad happens, it's bad, right? Like we talk about cyber incidents disrupting operational services. This is essentially the same thing. Law enforcement hacked into their server, took it over and brought it down, and effectively are doing a reverse ransomware attack on them, except instead of money, international law enforcement wants this dude's freedom. Straight up, bring to justice. That's what's going on. So just like any other business, they are trying to execute a business continuity plan and relaunch services because that's how they make money.
Straight cash, homie.
It's almost comical, the irony here, that the threat actor group is the one who's trying to execute incident response and business continuity, aka like disaster recovery. And law enforcement is the one, kind of doing the threat actor model in this one. It's a very, to use a GRE vocab word I haven't used since I studied for the exam, it's very much a juxtaposition of roles in this instance. Juxtaposition, word of the day, the more you know. So anyways, I love this. It doesn't look like they were able to get Lockbit back up, which is good. But I could see them getting back up pretty quickly. They arrested some affiliates and they got 14,000 accounts shut down. Okay, that's good. So basically, even if they relaunch, they may not have the user base anymore, right? So, this is devastating. Like, to kind of put it as a comparison, it would be like if the Simply Cyber YouTube channel got shut down and I launched the Daily Cyber Threat Brief on SC Cafe, my other YouTube channel. Like, some of you would be there, but we wouldn't have 474 people on the next show, right? Like, there is a material impact on users or viewers in this case. So make no mistake, this is a legitimate impact of material consequences to Lockbit ransomware affiliate. And I love it. Let's go. Take them down, man.
Word from our sponsor, Egress. People are the biggest risk to your organization's security, and they are most vulnerable when using email. With more advanced threats getting through secure email gateway detection every day, Egress provides AI-powered email security that eliminates both inbound phishing attacks and outbound data breaches. What's more, Egress's adaptive security architecture personalizes security for each user based on their real-time risk score. Visit egress.com to learn more about Egress's intelligent cloud email security suite and start detecting email threats your secure gateway is missing today.
All right. Hey, first-timers, I got something for you. Well, apparently, hey, first-timers, Eric Taylor's got something for you. 50 bomb coming in.
Did we just become best friends? Yep.
All right. So we've got a bunch new friends. Simply Cyber Squad memberships. We've got 100 dropping down.
just become best friends? Yep.
All right. So, hey, as we launch into the Simply Cyber Breakfast Club, I do want to say shout out and love to Eric Taylor and Barricade Cyber Solutions and the 100 new squad members who are joining right now. Open that emo tray and drop the Oprah. If you're happy that you got it, you can thank Mr. Eric Taylor. Let's go, Breakfast Club. Exactly 8:30 on the dot. So shout out to Nick Barker. He knows it just hits just right when I nail it right at the mid-roll. Guys, if you're getting value from the stream, if you're getting value, whether it's entertainment, educational, or you're just super happy that you're a squad member, do me a favor, hit the like button really quickly and basically pay it forward. It helps other people discover the YouTube channel and the Daily Cyber Threat Brief. That's why I ask you to hit the like button. It's not for vanity metrics. It's literally so other people can find out what we're doing in here and check it out. Take it easy, Chad Green. All right, guys. Hey, thanks again to the stream sponsors, Barricade Cyber, Panoptcy, and as I teased earlier, Antisyphon Training. Guys, Zach Hill, Jason Blanchard, Deb Wigley, John Strand. The team over at Antisyphon Training is straight up crushing it. They are here to disrupt the traditional cyber training industry, and they're doing a damn fine job of it, sorry, Kennedy, by providing high-quality, cutting-edge education to everyone, regardless of their financial position. They offer their students the opportunity to learn skills, practice what is taught, and engage with their community in a fun and inclusive way. Dan Ogle with the squads. Guys, if you didn't know, go to antisyphontraining.com right now. They have dozens of courses that you can take for $0. They also have like a whole stable of other courses that you could take advantage of. It's awesome. Go to Antisyphon Training, click on calendar. The trainings are all live trainings, so you can see their calendar. Tomorrow you can get into software-defined radios for space signal analysis with Tim Fowler, right? MITRE ATT&CK next week with Kerry Roberts. Choose your own adventure with Antisyphon Training. It's epic. Giddy up on it. All right, guys. Every day of the week, we've got the Simply Cyber Community Challenge. Malik Yauz. Hold on, let me see this. Malik. I don't see in chat, Malik. 1 second. Is Malik in chat? The Simply Cyber Community Challenge. Where are you? Yes. Malik Yavuz. I don't see his in chat. Listen, here's the deal. Simply Cyber Community Challenge is a perfect way if you're serious about building your professional network. All of you, for 5 minutes a day, go to LinkedIn, search for the hashtag that you see at the bottom of the screen, hashtag Simply Cyber Community Challenge, and connect with the people posting, and most importantly, comment on their posts and connect with the people in comments. If you connect with the people in the comments and you comment, the next person that connects with the people in comments is going to connect with you, and that's how you passively build your network. Ask anyone who has done this in chat, and they will tell you the value it has. Now, we need one person to carry the baton every day. So if you would like to carry the baton, please raise your hand and volunteer to take the baton. And you, too, can have your day to share with the community why you're into cybersecurity. Why are you into cybersecurity? Why are you here with Simply Cyber? What value are you realizing? What resources? We love to learn about each other and build meaningful relationships. That's the point. So whoever wants the baton, please let me know. And go on to LinkedIn, share your story. Important, use the hashtag Simply Cyber Community Challenge and tag me so I can amplify it. All right, good stuff. Now, every single day of the week has a special segment. And Tidbits Tuesday is Tuesday where I share a little bit about me and about myself. Usually I like to think ahead of time, and I don't have one, but I guess I'll share one. This is kind of fun. So I love taking notes. I don't know if you guys are the kind of people that like take notes. I like to write notes, obviously, even though I'm very digital, right? So I'll write some notes, and I bought this rocket book. Okay. I bought this rocket book, and it's super cool. I love it. And the idea is that you can write notes and then snap a picture and they get digitally transferred, and that you know, so you can have the best of both worlds. Now I get ads all the time for like more inserts for the paper in a Rocketbook. And I remember thinking like, why would you buy that? Like it's you wipe the pages clean and then you take new notes. It's ridiculous. Who's going to buy more of these? Well, fast forward to me. I've almost filled this book up and I haven't erased a single page. I also haven't taken the snap and digitized anything. I'm literally using it like a paper notebook, and I'm okay with that, which is insane. So anyways, good on you, Rocketbook. I do hope to take advantage of Rocketbook's other benefits at some point. But if you're a Rocketbook user, shout out in chat. Shout out in chat. So not a deep fake baton. Hey, not a deep fake. Let us know if you're asking for the baton and we'll make sure to get that to you. Let's go. Come on, let's go.
Meta forms EU election team. The company says the EU-specific Elections Operations Center will focus on investigating uses of generative AI to trick voters ahead of the EU elections this June. The team will also implement specific mitigations in real time. Critics say that Meta's policy on AI-generated media could ultimately prove either unworkable or at least lacking any real teeth, as proving something as misinformation can become extremely time-intensive, especially given how quickly AI-generated media can be created. No word if the company will create a similar team to work in the US or UK.
All right, Priceless Pancake with the super chat. Use paper for notes and hit that like button.
Become best friends. Yep.
Thank you, Priceless Pancake. I agree with you. All right, so, you know, I appreciate that Meta is, you know, at least trying to, you know, whether or not this is legitimate or this is lip service, I don't know. You know, maybe they're doing it from pressure by the government. I'm not sure. But I appreciate that they're doing it. I will say, okay, so not a deep fake's got the baton, not a deep fake. We look forward to you doing that. You do have to share your real name so we know where to find you. They point out some of the obvious problems right away. AI generated fake information can move quickly. You know, it can influence public perception. So even if you take it down, the damage is already done. You know, we saw there's been like multiple political smear ads that are, you know, kind of AI generated and stuff like that. So, you know, I personally suck at Instagram and don't really use the platform. So I don't know what kind of like AI misinformation or deep fake stuff's going on Instagram. Although I will say I watched a video the other day. This is slightly unrelated, but I watched a video the other day about basically creating fake like thirst trap accounts with AI, where you basically can create like, you know, very attractive models and like have many pictures of them that are fake basically. And then you just like set up basically a fake Instagram account. And then you basically trick people into like, you know, basically giving you money and stuff. So anyways, I appreciate that they're doing this. Again, to me, the TLDR here is, I find it not laughable, but very, very like a sign of the times, quasi dystopian, that the big tech companies are the ones driving policy changes around innovative technology instead of federal governments. The US federal government is moving glacially in making policy and reform and regulation and legislation around AI and the, you know, civil use of AI and mitigating down the abusive use of AI. They're moving so slow. And then you see like Meta and Google and Amazon and these individuals moving swiftly and trying to take action, you know. So like it's comical that like the big tech companies are the ones driving the innovations and the policy. So
MicroStrategy account hack leads to crypto scheme. Blockchain investigator Zach XBT discovered that threat actors obtained access to business intelligence giant MicroStrategy's X account. The hijacked account claimed to launch a new Ethereum token using MicroStrategy's stock ticker symbol. Zach XBT estimates the post resulted in over $440,000 worth of cryptocurrency stolen. While these types of schemes are common on X and other social platforms, MicroStrategy founder Michael Saylor's advocacy for Bitcoin may have made the scheme a little more believable.
All right, hold on. I got, honestly, I'll admit it, I got caught in mod chat just bagging on the responses to AI. MicroStrategy's Twitter account, I don't know who MicroStrategy is, but Michael Saylor's software firm sent out a post announcing the launch of a new token and a link for claiming the tokens. Okay, so guys, you know what? This is basically the threat actor got $440,000 of stolen Bitcoin. This attack is common. Now, first of all, Finfrock.
I'm a crypto evangelist. I love it, love it, love it.
Okay, so I'm not a crypto evangelist. That's our very own Charles Finfrock. Also, I know Justin Gold's a big crypto fan. I think crypto is ridiculous. It has no utility, which is part of it. Like, the only value of crypto is convincing someone else that it's worth more than what you paid for it. But this attack is common. Guys, whether it's a Twitter account, an Instagram account, a website, whatever, we see this most effectively with Twitter. But when you get a compromised account, essentially a threat actor is leveraging all the trust that that account has established over time. And when they post something like, check this out, all that trust is baked in, and you're going to have all sorts of victims going after it. So the compromised account is not really the true victim. It's the followers of that account that are the victim. We've seen this with crypto a million times, right? Famously, what's his face? Like Elon and Bill Gates and a couple other, like Jack Dorsey, like a couple other big Twitter accounts all got hacked at the same time a while ago and did a similar crypto scam. You don't see it that often anymore, but there's like a really well-known attack. We saw Linus Tech Tips get compromised this way, where they'll run this like live stream with Jack Dorsey and Elon Musk and a couple other people, and it looks like a live broadcast, and they're saying that, like, here's a Bitcoin wallet to send money to. It's the same thing, dude. It's basically putting on a mask of someone who's like legitimate and throwing your hat out and saying, hey, throw some money in here. And people are like, yes, I'll throw money in there. That's all this is. Okay. So obviously you need to protect social media accounts, especially if you're a larger firm and you've got multiple people being able to touch and access that account. You really should have a detection mechanism. Like, anytime the account sends something, have like a webhook fire off and send a message to like the marketing team. So if this is a malicious post, you can respond as quickly as possible, because I do think there is some level of accountability to the actual Twitter account holder, that if they get compromised and they're being weaponized to victimize other people who follow the Twitter account, it is incumbent upon you to take action and respond swiftly. So it's not just about protection. We got to get our detect and respond in. This is why I love NIST cybersecurity framework. Where's my iHeart NIST? Oh, I love the NIST cybersecurity framework. So smart. All right. Also, really quickly, since it is Tidbits Tuesday, I do want to share with you this really quickly, because this is on brand and it's awesome. I think I've mentioned this before. I read this book. You can listen to the audio version of this book on Spotify for free. Now, I pay for Spotify, so I don't know if that's why I was able to listen to it for free. But this book, Easy Money by Ben McKenzie and Jacob Silverman, does an amazing job of breaking down the cryptocurrency ecosystem, the scams and frauds associated with it. Great detail. This book is awesome. Awesome. Also, it's the same Ben McKenzie from the OC. I guess I'm too old to know what that is, but he was an actor. But this book is not a cash grab. This book is legit journalism and wicked good. I can't recommend this book enough. So good. So good.
Political operative admits to deepfake robocall. Over the weekend, political consultant Steve Kramer confirmed he commissioned a robocall that used generative AI to impersonate President Biden in New Hampshire's presidential primary. The call attempted to discourage participation, reaching about 5,000 people. Kramer framed the move as a way to draw attention to the dangers of AI. He characterized the call as costing less than $500 to produce. He also confirmed he commissioned a robocall impersonating Senator Lindsey Graham earlier this year as a test, so at least he's bipartisan.
Lindsey Graham from the great state of South Carolina. Talking about his Meemaw. All right. So veteran political consultant. This guy, he said bipartisan, but this guy is basically just a mercenary.
Great cash, homie.
You pay me, I do what you say, okay? And he basically commissioned a robocall that sounded just like Joe Biden saying, don't go vote. Now, this happened already. This was very, very damaging to fair, open, democratic election processes, right? I hope this guy gets held accountable. When I see this story, the very first thing I think about is Ross Ulbricht, which I know, allow me to make the connection here. Ross Ulbricht was the original, site administrator of Silk Road, the very first online dark web marketplace where you can get like drugs or weapons, fake passports, stuff like that. The Silk Road, run by Ross Ulbricht, when he got caught, the judge in the case gave him like 2 life sentences. And the idea behind it was the judge, wanted to make sure that an example was made to deter somebody else from doing dark web marketplaces. Now, unfortunately, it blew up in her face because it brought so much attention to dark web marketplaces and how much he was making that people began to realize like, oh crap, like this is a huge business opportunity. And now you take down a dark web marketplace like Alpha Bay and like 2 more pop up like Genesis and stuff. So anyways, TLDR, I'm thinking with these robocalls and AI use, it's very, very hot right now and very, very sensitive around using AI in a weaponized fashion. As we were all talking about it.
Shall we play?
So I could see them making this guy an example. Now, unfortunately, the only other thing I can think of, which is not fair, but again, tinfoil hat, Jerry, if you will, tinfoil hat for you first timers is basically where I say something that's just like a hot take and is not rooted in any reality or any informed speculation. Unfortunately, this guy is obviously a power player. Steve Kramer is the veteran political consultant, and he's getting hired by both sides, Democrat and Republican. So I could actually see this guy being well-connected. And when you're well-connected with very powerful people, you typically don't get brought to justice with the same level of oomph as somebody like Ross Ulbricht, who doesn't have powerful allies in powerful places, right? So again, speculative hot take. Maybe this guy just gets a slap on the wrist and a good finger wagging and then goes back to, his yacht and cruising around in the chalets. But we'll see. But dude, this is definitely not okay. And honestly, it just demonstrated some of the early capabilities of robotic AI voice mimicking.
Korea using malicious NPM packages. The cybersecurity firm Phylum released a report detailing this practice. North Korean affiliated attackers planted several fake NPM packages in Node.js, attempting to typo squat on otherwise popular packages. These packages attempted to install info stealers focused on crypto wallets and credentials. The researchers found enough test files and code copies to indicate this campaign represented a work in progress. That being said, it found overall that the malicious packages were downloaded over 300 times.
I hate to... Okay, so listen, North Korea has Lazarus Group. North Korea does have very good cybersecurity threat actors, okay? Let's just take a look at them. Lazarus Group, DOJ. All right, let's take a look at... I think it's Sun Jung Pak. Let's take a look at this guy really quickly. There he is. Oh, no, it's Park. I got it wrong. Whatever. This guy right here, he's the ringleader. Let's bring you up, ringleader. All right. So this guy right here, it's all fuzzy, but yeah, this is Lazarus Group, okay? And here's his like 2 cronies, okay? These 3, this is Lazarus Group, okay? So like they have faces. We know who they are. And they're very good. They've stolen almost like $1 billion plus in cryptocurrency. So nothing bad, okay? Now, hold on. Juwan Hart with a super chat. Do you think AI is the generation's big invention similar to social media for the aughts and the internet for the 80s, 90s?
Did we just become best friends? Yep.
Absolutely, Juwan Hart. I actually will go as far as to say I think we live in the AI age, right? I think we closed the window on the information age when AI came on because it's basically going to become baked into everything and a standard practice. You know, people are going to grow up using it. If you don't know how to use AI, you're basically going to be left behind and be called a dinosaur, like whatever, you know how the kids call older people boomers now because they don't get it? Like, it'll be like younger kids being like, oh, you're such a zoomer because you don't use AI, nerd. All right, so thanks, Juwan Hart, for the super chat. All right, so Lazarus Group, you know, they have skills and stuff. But when we think of really, really good espionage, we think China. When we think of really, really good, elegant, sophisticated hacks, we think Russia. And North Korea is there, but they're kind of like, I don't know. To me, like North Korea is like an octopus with like new tentacles. Like the tentacles got removed. They put robotic tentacles on. By the way, I know this is an absolutely absurd analogy, but like North Korea's got the new, like octopus North Korea has got new tentacles and they're just like slapping around because they don't have good motor control. And they're just like trying it. Whereas like Russia's got like super motor control and they're just like surgically inserting themselves into systems with these octopus arms. That's what I see when I see this, because North Korea typically will hack through like stolen credentials, occasionally exploitation, but it's mostly stolen credentials. They've had an uptick in activity where they'll pose for job interviews to get jobs as developers in or IT administrators in companies. Presumably, I believe the incentive there is to get access into businesses to make it easier to do further crime, financial crimes, which is kind of their jam. Although they did jump into a Russian rocket company recently, probably to steal blueprints. But my point is, they're kind of a mess. Like North Korea is kind of a mess in their like operational execution. Like I said, like the octopus with the arms, like this right here, they're targeting developers with malicious packages. They got uncovered halfway through, as the story points out. So like, they're not even like executing fully. They're trying to do it. And I would assume they're targeting developers a la the way that SolarWinds got compromised. If you go back and watch the SolarWinds, where they can see like what the source code looks like, maybe inject themselves, maybe get some backdoors injected into it. But it's just, I don't know, man. It's like the JV team. Like, yeah, I get it. You've got potential, kid, but like, you know, come on. Like, you're not varsity yet. But anyways, these are my thoughts on this. TLDR, I mean, obviously you don't want to get hacked by North Korea or any other nation state. So be mindful when you're using NPM as a package manager. NPM, for some reason, really does get targeted quite often, but you could use GitHub or PyPy. Has had a couple malicious packages from time to time. If it's open source software and the developers that have the commit permissions aren't really paying that close of attention, you can insert malware into things. So just be mindful of that, okay? That's why software supply chain is such a big deal right now, because you could insert something here and then it gets pulled into a project here, which that project gets pulled into a project here, then pulled up, and then all of a sudden you got Log4j on the Discovery helicopter on Mars, and you don't even know it because it's like 3 layers deep in the software supply chain.
The U.S. Supreme Court hears social media cases. The court heard arguments in 2 related social media cases brought by the tech company association NetChoice. The first, Moody versus NetChoice, challenges a 2021 Florida law that prevents social media platforms from demonetizing or removing political candidates or media outlets. The other is NetChoice versus Paxton, challenging a Texas law that prevents social media platforms from censoring users based on viewpoint. NetChoice argues both laws violate the First Amendment. SCOTUS will likely rule on both cases by June.
All right, really quickly, Cyber Hamburger with a $20 super chat. Red badge, Cyber Hamburger. Great to see you.
Did we just become best friends? Yep.
Thank you, Jerry, for the CISP tips last week. Slayed the exam yesterday. I saw that on social media. Cyber Hamburglar, congratulations. Also have a second interview this afternoon for a cyber analyst role at a fintech company. Look at this guy, hashtag Team Slay. You better believe it. We're going to do a double. Actually, there you go. The rare Ric Flair woo sound. Crushing exams, crushing job interviews. Dude, Cyber Hamburglar, this week is shaping up to be an epic one. Go ahead and slay that interview. Best luck to you. Best wishes. And way to inspire those in the Simply Cyber community. That is absolutely fantastic. All right, so we've got a Supreme Court a Supreme Court hearing two laws. I do love it when the Supreme Court gets involved. It seems like SummerSlam or like Royal Rumble. Like, oh yeah, like, we've got these like, Ninth Circuit court judges doing things, and that's fine. That's like, Monday Night Raw or whatever. But when the Supreme Court gets involved and they're listening to stuff, oh yeah, that's pay-per-view watching right there. Wouldn't it be cool? Okay, so sorry, really quickly, just to be ridiculous. Wouldn't it be cool if like the Supreme Court justices, they met in, I wonder if we could use Sora, the text to video solution that's about to be released by OpenAI to get this, but hear me out. Wouldn't it be cool instead of the Supreme Court walking into like a boring, mahogany, velvet courtroom? Imagine, if you will, they were at Madison Square Garden and they'd be like introducing them one at a time, like Justice Scalia, and like just running down from the locker room and then sliding into the mat. But like in the middle of the ring is actually the Supreme Court justice's like desk, right? Like in the defendant or whatever there. And they come running down, like Clarence Thomas has got like Ultimate Warrior face paint on. I think that would be awesome. Note to self, as soon as Sora becomes publicly available, I am absolutely doing that. I think it would be hilarious. All right. So, dude, social media firms are talking about blocking and censorship, banning content. This is a real hot button topic. Not really cybersecurity, by the way. I want to point out this is more of a social thing. But obviously it's very easy to point to like hate speech and hate crime. It's very easy to say that's a problem, but there's a big gray area on here are my opinions and thoughts. Why am I not able to express them? Because you don't like them? Nah, I don't know. But it's a very murky water. Things are escalating in the United States around support of like hate, especially like with like the Palestine-Israeli situation going on. And like, for some reason, a lot of hate's being thrown around there. So it is a tough decision. I mean, I'm glad we have these like Supreme Court justices that are in place to kind of help guide social like policy and law around these type of topics. But I mean, this isn't really a cyber story. So we'll see. They did say that they suspect it violates the First Amendment, which is obviously freedom of speech. So there it is. All right. And they're saying that the law is almost too broad and covers too many things. So we'll see. Anyways, I think the Royal Rumble of the Supreme Court is the headline here. Okay.
A reminder that we are currently having an open call for a...
All right, here we go. All right, if you were here just for the news, before we roll out, I want to remind you all that later today at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, Cyberstarters Season 1 retrospective is happening. So if you don't know, this is Ryan Lervik, and I'm Gerald Auger, obviously the guy next to him. We did a season 8 episodes of talking to cyber entrepreneurs about how they got funded. Did they bootstrap? How do they market? When do they hire people? When do they fire people? If you're even remotely interested in a side hustle or starting your own business, this show is for you. That's why I created it. Now, we just finished season 1. I know many of you were regulars in the streams. This episode today is explicitly intended for you to help us shape what season 2 looks like. I love collaboration. I love feedback. I love constructive criticism. Dude, I get up here, this show, like, I get up here because I want to deliver value to you. So for me, taking feedback from you, I can better serve you, right? That's how I roll. I'm a leader who serves. So if you have the time, I would genuinely appreciate you show up today at 1 p.m. and be part of helping shape season 2. All right, guys, we've got jaw jacking with our very own Eric Taylor coming on hot. I've got to go to the Citadel and teach because it is a Tuesday, but we're going to see what happens there. So let me go ahead and pause the music. Guys, if you're here just for the news, thank you very much. Have a great day. Be wonderful. Let's go ahead and make the transition into jaw jacking. Oh, by the way, for whoever said it yesterday, we are going to be putting jaw jacking on Simply Cyber Cafe. I think I might be actually coming up with a strategy, which I'll cover with you all in greater detail at a later time. There is our friend Eric Taylor. Eric, how are you, sir?
Man, I think I'm starting to wake up on the wrong side of spicy today. I tell you what.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Looks like we might have some of the dolphin action today. All right, chat. Do me a favor. Be good for Eric Taylor. Keep him in check. Keep him in line. Eric, enjoy chat. Have fun today, man. Be well, everybody. Until next time, stay secure.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Hope everybody's doing well. Let's go ahead. We need some music in here. We need to jam it up. Hold on, let me. So the one thing I was going to talk about, we'll do this and we'll do this. You know what? We need some music. Some nerdcore.
Oh my, young internet. Bitch, watch me pivot, loading up the baby Draco. Racks turn to heaters, these cycles turn to Monero. Sifting through these diffs while they patching all they shit code.
Oh, that's a little bit more graphic than I remember. Sorry about that, Kenneth. Oh, whoa. Let me let me stop that. Hold on. Let me do a different song. Hold on. That's a little bit more graphic than I anticipated. Oh, sorry to all of those. Let's see. We'll do this.
Afro, whoa.
Got something going on. See that something happened in mod chat. I'm not sure what's going on. Told her Josie. Oh my god. So yeah, sorry, we had some permission issues going on. I'll have to check up with mods. So if you're just coming in for the first time, you're like, what in the world is going on here? My name is Eric Taylor. For those who don't know, I am the CEO and Chief Forensic Operator here at Barricade Cyber Solutions. I want to welcome y'all to the jaw jacking session. I want to play some. Ooh, you know what I could do? I know what I can do. Holy McMoly. What are you doing? Dagummit, Gerald. So those who don't know, Dr. Gerald Auger is sitting there. I just looked over. Dr. Gerald's over there in the background, messing with the graphics. Some BG nuts. I'm fancy. But yeah, I definitely need some. I need some nerdcore. So while I'm prepping for some Q&A, I think this one will work. Yeah, this was the cyber games that just got released not too long ago. And I'm pretty sure this one is not explicit.
Yeah, US Cyber Games, dual core, the combine is open. Everything's getting hacked. Come on. Right out the combine, we're ready to go. Running scans, building plans, taking over your host. We're cross-compiling code.
All right. So what I was going to talk about here in just a minute, drop your questions in the chat with Q, colon mark, now that we looks like things are starting to get back into track, at least on the Discord server.
Systems fail open, resilient, persistent, there's no going back. Please credit the authors rewriting your whole stack. Other teams stream to deny your machine. See us on your screen, then you know what it means. This is fine.
So Tim McDonald is what was that hacker rap? Sort of. So it's a genre called nerdcore. So the first one was by an artist. No, I don't. Why is it doing that? Because I'm doing it in the wrong window like a freaking boomer. There we go. So Tom and Don, yeah, was that hacker rap? So what you want to do, it's honestly called nerdcore, and we'll bring this up. So the first one was Omi, and that song was called Domain, which is the remix version of it. This one I'm playing right now is called Dual Core. So, but basically you'll want to go to SoundCloud.
Get in the game, move forward, take aim, attack in defense, first place on the claim, hit with precision, strike like fighter planes, yo, spark the payload, yeah, we bring the flames, get in the game, move forward, take aim, attack in defense,
it's literally a whole genre.
hit with precision, we strike like fighter planes, yo, let's spark
Hope
the
that's
payload,
informational
yeah,
for
we
you.
bring the flames, coming from all directions, all locations, Carnegie Mellon, Houston, UCF, Dakota State, RIT, Georgia Tech, we had great mistakes. We rise from Athens' ashes, behold a pure phoenix, level up the whole team, we build on Greek beaches, enhanced automation, committed code with reason, began the US
Yep,
Open,
this is
expanded
the
to
US Cyber Games theme song, and I'm pretty sure that most of the nerdcore is not copyrighted, but I will try to pause it from time to time. All right, so yeah, here's one that came up, right? Home Labs. So there was a daggum debate that I inadvertently set off. So let's dive into this for a second. Let me see if I can pull it up and if it will show up in my sandbox. So I was speaking about labs and hack the box and just all this stuff, right? And I've kind of mentioned in the past that, and I'm only going to spend a few more moments on this. There's been a lot of people flooding my LinkedIn showing off the Hunter Strong shirts. Ah, here we are. I think. Nope, that is the Lockbit stuff that I hopefully will get into today. I think this might be it. Yep, so let's see. Will this come up on an unlogged in LinkedIn session? Let's see if it will. Yes, it will. Perfect. So there was a discussion that Dr. Gerald Auger put together, and I do not have it launched. Give me 1 second, and we'll do that. That is the wrong app. So we'll naturally zoom in here. Perfect. And that does it here. Perfect. Okay, good. So there was a discussion about, having, building labs and things of that nature. And we started having a discussion further, with John Hanna, that I say that home labs are useless, right? Yes. Yes, I do. Me personally, I think most of the home labs are completely useless, right? There was a time back in the old days when we used to walk uphill both ways with one shoe in the snow. Home labs were literally put together for passing a cert. Most of the time back in our day, it was passing the Cisco cert. You would literally go on, MySpace, people, you young bucks, MySpace was a platform that we used for social media before Facebook and all these other train wreck platforms. But anyway, I digress. We used to use that platform, and we would sell these home labs over a bunch of Cisco, like 5 or 6 Cisco switches and router and things of that nature, or the catalyst switches and things. And it was purely designed for you to crash course enough items or crash course the cert, and then you would sell it off. It was just to get your foot in the door, right? And it became completely useless. It's like, that's kind of like when you see today, like, whoa, you got an A+ cert. And don't get me wrong, back in the day, A+ was, a single test. A+ has definitely come a long way in the past several years, where it is a 2-part and I think even a 2-day. So you got to take software one day and then hardware the other day or something. I forget, but I do know it's a lot more advanced. But anyway, so things like when I am looking at a candidate to come work here at Barricade, I will take a home lab with a massive grain of salt. Massive grain of salt. It's like, okay, you did some hack the box stuff, yippity doo-dah. I mean, again, grain of salt. I don't hold a lot of weight to it. However, I have not looked at Eric Capuano's course or his lab setup. But if it is something that is actually worth a darn, then I would hold it with more weight. Just like I would hold Cyber Range from Black Hills Information Security with more weight. I hold Capture the Flags as more weight. And the reason why is you are going against real world scenarios. You have people who are in the trenches every day building these CTFs and testing your skills and knowledge to really go through these things. So yes, home labs are okay to learn some fundamentals, but to me personally, I don't hold those with a lot of weight. Again, if you're doing potentially Eric Capuano's, if you're doing definitely Black Hills, and I'm not slamming Eric by any means. I don't know the course, so I can't intelligently weigh on how I would do it. But at least if I see something with his name on it, I will definitely hold it with a higher grain of authority than a hack the box or something like that. Because the dude is smart from the little bit that I know about the gentleman. So please don't be like, Eric's talking trash about you. I'm honestly not. I don't honestly know the dude. I just know of him due to reputation. So that's kind of where my whole home labs kind of rant went sideways. So again, if you're considering home labs versus CTFs and stuff like that, I strongly recommend doing CTFs. That's just me. But anyway.
Radio service, check the high rate, fuel to the fire, believe we bring the high grade, catch you in the shadow, you ain't ready for the night shade, down on the backlash from the app crash, mad stacks, landing payloads on every bad patch, last lap for the second pass on the double free, check the graph, all your address base to belong to me,
alright, so we do have,
now expand rapidly, hacking, capturing, anagram, cube mastery, team, yeah we rain fire on the warlord, supreme, see you from the top of the scoreboard.
Yeah, that one is definitely too explicit. If this was just my channel, I would play it on the but literally, shut the F up,
Yeah, we bring the flames, get in the game, move forward, take aim, attack in defense, first place on the claim, hit with precision, we strike like fighter planes, yo, let's spark the payload, yeah, we bring the flames.
Let me know if the music is too loud. like I said, I'm definitely. Let me at least turn it down. There we go. Having trouble between work and working in memory forensics. I've been trying to read The Art of Memory Forensics. However, do you know any good listen or type of things I can run while working? Memory forensics is a freaking fine art. It really is. So, oh yeah, that reminds me. Okay, so this will be another one for you folks. The dude over there, and I forget his name. And we'll flip this over. He actually, the dude from 13 Cubed actually
Hello,
did.
everyone. My name is Richard Davis. And
oh, there you go. His name is Richard Davis. But the dude is smart. He really, really is. Let's see. So yeah, we have the Hyper-V memory forensics. Yeah, wow, he's really created a lot of content recently. So yeah, he's got several memory forensics things. So definitely check out that. They're really short. They're really intuitive. He's actually got over on the training.13cube.com. He's got a whole course around investigating memory forensics. And I'm pretty good at the memory forensics. I'm no master by any means, because a lot of times when we get brought in, the servers and workstations are being completely rebooted. Memory forensics is not a thing. So me being able to actually do memory forensics is very few and far between, but I love it when we get a chance to capture that, because it is so much knowledge, right? So I really, really love, digging into memory. So definitely check out 13 Cubed. I do think that he's got a wealth of information. The little bit that I've gone through some of his YouTube and stuff, it's on point. It really, really is. So Dark Dual Core was on. Oh, I did not know that. That'd be cool. What am I about to get from Dark? When Haircut Fish says he's going to send me something, I get nervous. All right, trying to get caught up on the chat. Let's see if we can find something else. I do not want to do the hack commandments.
Not every geek with a Commodore 64 can hack into NASA.
It's on Spotify. Yeah, it is. They've actually got their own Bandcamp.com. Most of them have been switching over to Bandcamp. Oh. Oh, fudge. All right. I need a soapbox. All right. How would cyber insurance know that an effective business in a position of embetterment as a result of a cyber response from a third-party solution? The bill. Quite honestly, the bill. When insurance is involved, they have, a thing of panel. And Raymond Cruz, the questions that you're asking, I fully suspect you're in this industry, right? And it's like, hey, let me just lob up something that he can go talk about for 30 effing minutes. But yeah, so those who don't know, embetterment is making the environment better than what it was during the time of impact. Most cybersecurity insurance policies do not cover embetterment. You have to put it back to the state that it was when the incident happened, whether business email compromise, malware, just pure data exfiltration, ransomware, whatever the case is. It's, you cannot make it better than it originally was. Or if you do, that's going to be built to the customer, not the insurance company, right? So, some insurance policies we have seen a couple years ago, especially over the last year, we have not seen it, but about 2.5, 3 years ago, there was some insurance policies that allowed for embedderment, like replacing a firewall. Like they wouldn't let you replace your entire tech stack, if you will, but like replacing a firewall. Some insurance policies will allow that. It's like, okay, you had an old firewall. It is gross negligence for us to not allow you to do that, as long as it's reasonably priced, right? I mean, you got an organization under 50 team members. We're doing, you're going to put in, a FortiGate, a Palo Alto, whatever the case is, of a acceptable market value, then some insurance carriers will allow that. But, they just like, when you get into an accident, if you're doing, you're doing the repairs, and over your nationwide averages, you have, this repair should cost on average across the country $750 to, fix up this ding. But you got this one organization that charged $5,000 or $2,000 or whatever the case is, then the insurance company starts wanting to audit the invoices. They want to take a closer look at your time that you're logging, things of that nature. So, if you're on panel or anything, or if you work for a company that's on panel, Raymond, just please, for the love of Pete, be careful. It's hard as hell to get on panel and get approved, and it's very easy to burn yourself. Not sure what. Whatever.
Hate what they see. Finish this chapter. By the way, we're not any geeks. We hack into NASA. Drink all the booze. Hack all the things. Drink all the booze. Hack all the things. Drink all the booze. Hack all the things. Got this podcast.
Tom was everybody's friend, Jason. Sorry. That was your first friend. Oh, that's pretty cool, Raymond, that you actually met him. I'm not sure if that's directed to me or not. So this is kind of a follow-up. What about TCM Academy courses? All right, so there is a mindset, Lacey, that how best to answer this. If you're a blue teamer and you want to become a better blue teamer and perform red team actions, Heath Adams is legendary in the red space team. So if I see a entry level, mid level, if I see any blue team or network administrator or whatever that's been going through TCM and has performed CTFs, things of that nature, I'm going to take it with, I'm going to take it with more than a grain of salt, right? So that I don't want to get into the weeds of, what about this and what about that. Please understand, I am one person. I literally am. And my scope and knowledge and understanding and how I view as relevant to our organization at Barricade Cyber is going to be 1,000% different than every other organization, right? You could have the same resume applied at 10 different places with the exact same resume. You get interviewed and you just don't get hired because it wasn't a good fit. It wasn't what that organization may have been looking for. I mean, they could have been a complete D or whatever, but we won't go into the whole job market discussion right now. But this is literally one person's view at looking at something. You got to remember as well, we are going so narrow and so deep on digital forensics and incident response that, I think I said it, maybe I said it, I know I've been saying it privately to some clients, but, yes, I can rebuild an Exchange server. Do I really want to anymore? I'll be able to fumble my way through it. So, what works for me and our organization, may not be real world for you in your specific situation or the company that you're going after to work for, right? Things that Red Canary, Kroll, Mandiant look for are going to be completely different than what Barricade looks for, right? So take things with a grain of salt when it comes to some of this stuff, right? But yeah, I mean, Heath Adams, the dude knows what he's doing. He's definitely a red teamer. If Heath Adams was trying to go blue team with all the years of red team, would he be taken seriously in a blue team environment? I don't know, right? While he's good at popping boxes, can he build a domain and secure it? I don't know. You see where I'm getting at? So it's all about perspective, ladies and gentlemen. It really, really is. It depends on the role that you're going for in the organization that you're going for, whether it's going to be of value, if it's going to be worth it to them or not. Yeah, 13Q. What's up, Rob? Yeah, I can't say that. Never mind. What's going on, bud? Hope your vacation last week was good. I don't count yourself out, man. Or I don't know. Don't count yourself out. Let's do that. So I don't know. I know that anybody can participate. If I remember right, the Cyber Games is it is a ranking qualification type of platform. So you can submit to be a part of Cyber Games, and then you go through qualifications to make sure you meet, you outperform other people. But I mean, you just never know. You could just have a rock star day and some other people have their off day. But whether you're good or not, if you're looking to level and get exposure to some things that you may not, or at least know where your skill set is, I say go for it, right? I mean, you don't know what you don't know until you go through some of those engagements and some of those simulations, right? And that's why I really love CTS. Whether you pass a CTF or you got through a CTF or not, we can take that and say, what was your mindset? What was your thinking? And I think that's why CTFs matter to me more than home labs, right? So we're going to go back on that. Sorry. So, if you come to me and say, hey, I went through the Huntress, CTF from, 2023, I'm like, okay, which one did you go through? Which modules did you do? Okay. And we'll talk about it. It's like, what was your mentality? What were you looking for? Where'd you get hung up at? And it's for me to understand their mentality. Everybody doesn't think the same way, right? So why I look at forensics a certain way, just because of years of experience, it's what clicks with me, and it's my workflow and the way that I do stuff. Doesn't mean everybody from Barricade Cyber does the same workflow that I do. And they may have a different perspective. They may come at it from a different angle. And that's why CTFs, to me, are very, very important. Again, grain of salt. Yeah, exactly. You should try it. Let's Defend has new challenges. Huh. It'd be interesting to see exactly what they have, right? Amish runaway. Okay. What do you find on a resume and what value do you put on things is super insightful. Please continue. Yeah. So again, it's for me, for Barricade Cyber, doesn't always translate to other organizations. Yes, Gary, soapboxes are very slippery. They are, I can get myself in a lot of trouble with stuff like that.
These servers have more firewalls than the devil's bedroom.
Hack all the things. Drink all the booze. Hack all the things. Hack all the things. Hack all the things. Things. 0 through 3, we're in every single ring. Hack all the things.
Yeah, well, good luck, man.
All right, so for some reason, my mod chat in Discord kind of glitched out there, so I'm getting caught up on that. What are your preferred tools to analyze IP address, domains, etc.? I will use several tools. I will use VirusTotal. I will use URL scan, just because I don't know what that song is going to be, and I don't want to. We'll do this. Yeah, we see that we do Joe's Sandbox. We use hybrid analysis a lot. We're a major CrowdStrike partner, so hybrid analysis is run by CrowdStrike. So it's really what tools you enjoy. It really is owner's preference, right? So there's actually, let me see if I can dig it up real quick. There is one site that I stumbled across. Actually, drop this. There's one tool out there that kind of gives several. Looks it up against several different scenarios. Oh, Synesys is one, right? So SENSYS is a good one that I've used from time to time. I used threatcrowd.org used to be a good one. I don't know what's been going on with their website lately, but they've been down for a while. Shodan is a good one. Just kind of going through some of my list. Let's see. Yeah, this is it. So let me bring this up over here. The domain is iplocation.net. So this is one tool that I will use a lot as well, especially when I'm trying to figure out where in the world this thing is located at. All right, so come on, Sandbox, hurry up, hurry up. You're gonna drive me nuts. If you haven't heard about this extension, wow, my Sandbox is running really, really slow. But let's see if I can zoom this in a little bit. But you know, it's all level 3. Sometimes it tells you the IP, sometimes, or the ISP, sometimes it doesn't. You know, you can see how the region Louisiana, Kansas, right? It could be all over the place a little bit, but it can at least help you kind of figure what, you know, where you may be dealing with things. So again, iplocation.net is another tool that I've used in the past. Hopefully that's helpful to you. I got a phishing PDF and want to safely analyze it. I have a VM, but I'm trying how to transfer it safely from my Gmail to another shared folder VM or another means. Guidance, please. Yeah, I am going to. As much as I hate to tell you this, I'm not going to advise. If I tell you something wrong or you misinterpret something that I say, it could be catastrophic. Not knowing what's in that PDF, if it's got malicious code embedded in there that accidentally gets launched on your environment and you're like, I was going off the direction of this jackwagon on YouTube. Yeah, as much as I want to help you, I think legally I should not, and I'm sorry, but please, depending on what that PDF may or may not have in there, there's please be careful with it, right? But get it to a Sandbox as quickly as you can. You know, app.any.run is a good one. Joe's Sandbox is a good one. There's several tools that are on the web. You know, even spinning up Windows Sandbox, log into your Gmail and potentially go to a cloud one or something like that and see what may detonate on there. Again, I just want to be very careful about what I say to do. I just fear that there's a malicious code embedded in there that it accidentally detonates on your box. And then I could be potentially liable because of that, right? It's not something that is difficult to understand or slow going to understand. Honestly, what I have found is literally just getting up and taking a break. You know, I got 2 English bulldogs. You know, I'll go and play with them for even 5 minutes. I'll go yell at people to get off my lawn. You know, just take a break from what you're focused on. You know, even if you've been listening to like a podcast or instructions or whatever, listen to upbeat music, you know, something just to reset. And when you sit back down, you're like, crap, I'm going to do it, but you know, I got to get back into it. And you may be down a little bit, but it's definitely something that you need to do. You know, yep, drink all the booze, hack all the things. Yeah, absolutely. And Raymond, if you're in this industry, or if you want to talk further, but just hit me up on LinkedIn. Yeah, I know I'm not as active on LinkedIn right now, just with everything going on. Yeah, I've been literally going through over like 500 invite requests or connection requests. I think I'm finally underneath 150. So, yeah, I'm trying to be a little bit more active and get back in there. Yeah, YT Cracker has music too. Very, very good. I've not been a very big fan of YT Cracker. I don't know. It's just, his music just doesn't resonate with me. You know. If you know, you know. No, I'm just kidding. It's something that you burn for. It's something that you get up and you're excited about, right? And you know, that's also like saying, you know, I want to be in IT. What do you want to do in IT? What do you want to do in cybersecurity? You know, I mean, I do digital forensics and incident response, when I used to do a lot of network administration and Cisco administration, and turned pen tester, legit pen tester, and all that, and kind of fell into digital forensics, and this is just what I love. I struggled to find where I really enjoy things, so I had to go through, even myself, I had to go through several line items of tracks before I fell into something I really enjoy doing. So, you know, don't be scared to explore, don't be scared to learn. You know, but if it's you gotta figure out what path is good for you, right? Haircut Fish, please check your DMs. Ooh, he slid into my DMs. Oh my gosh. That is hilarious. Oh, I wish I could share this with you, but I think this is gonna be for there's a running joke inside. I'll clue this in, okay? There's been a running joke in mod chat for a little while where, you know, Jerry won't say something, but you know, I just don't care. I'll just say it. So I'm like, move over, get out of my way. And I'll say it, right? Wait for the meme of the week. I don't want to spoil it. But it's been something I've been wanting to say for, or been wanting to be, meme I've been wanting for a while. And Haircut Fish, he did it. Check the mod chat player. I'll play a player. Am I caught up on mod chat? No, I am not. George, yeah, you know what? There was let me bring up. I think I just got. Boomer moment. Hold on. Gotta put on my sunglasses so I can read my technology. Check out 48 Laws of Power or The Accidental Superpower. And Countdown to Zero Day is a good book as well. Those who don't know, if you see me actually physically reading a book, call the police because I'm being tortured. It's pretty much only audiobooks for me. Well, everybody here values your opinion. Yeah, I mean, like I said, you just got to take my opinion with a grain of salt and just know it's coming from one individual and it's not gospel, right? So, you know, while me and Jerry align on a lot of things, we're going to differ on some things, right? So, you know, just like the best way I can describe it, you can have a single medical issue. You could put 5 doctors in the room, and most of the time you're going to get different opinions from all the different doctors, right? So just find the doctor that resonates with you for you and your family's, care. Kind of the same thing, right? So that's where everybody comes at things from different perspectives, right? Trying to get caught up on mod chat. I did overlook one earlier from Second Chance Nomad, so that way I'm not scrolling up and kind of trying to come back and get caught up. There's 169 of y'all's wonderful people. Holy moly. My lab is pfSense, Kali as attacker, Windows DC, 2 Windows machines attached to DC, Security Onion machine, and a Splunk machine. So, Second Chance Nomad. That's not a bad lab. But is that a lab or an attack simulation? Me personally, I think that's attack simulations. No, you're doing OSINTing. You're not doing... And again, this just may be because I'm freaking old. I go back to the whole, lab was designed to pass a cert, right? So, to me, I qualify that as attack simulation. You're taking, Kali, you're enumerating on a domain. You're trying to do different things to see how things react. You're doing threat hunting, things of that nature. I personally call that attack simulation and OSINTing and threat intel. That's me. Yeah, I'm getting the semantics, guys, like Joseph. Just going through some of the... We will be wrapping this up in just a few minutes. If y'all have any... If you have any last questions, please definitely put them in here. Marcus Cyber. What insurance companies have their particular IR firms they partner with? Have you had trouble partnering with any insurance company to where you had to turn a client away because of their provider? Yes, Marcus Cyber. It's called Panel and Panel Approval, and it is a pay to play. It really is. Insurance companies have been burned over the past couple of years because of the simple fact that everybody pretended like they knew how to do digital forensics and didn't know. So getting on Panel is really, really hard. There's some ways to get around that, but that's a different talk for a different time. Roger that, Miss Kimberly. So I just answered the Cypress mark. Carrie says, question, Eric, how can I use my knowledge going forward? Yep. Carrie says, how can I use my knowledge going forward? You said certifications aren't enough, or did you say that since you said capture flags? Again, Carrie, it's... Carrie, right now, to be completely honest with you, you've been doing all the right stuff for a while now. Yeah, I mean, I know you've been a part of the community. You've been going through, I think the Cyber 101. I think you got the GRC. Right now, the market is just jacked up, and it has been for a while. and people are just now starting to accept and realize this as an actual valid thing, right? So, it just, I feel for you, Gary. But I would say, I think capture the flags are better. But again, that's my opinion. J.E.N. What is this from? Haven't heard this one from Duke4. Alright, from Carrie E.M. Mitchell. Okay, thank you. Trying to tackle the AZ900 study material, and I would be the POC MC on it. So I'm trying to... Okay. Cool. Ashley, what qualities do you value in an ideal candidate? That is a great question, Ashley. Casually Joseph came to us with 0 certs, but I seen passion in him. Talking to him, I could see he wants to do this. He has the passion, he exhibits the passion when communicating, and I will hire passion and talent, perceived talent, every day of the week. So you don't have to come to me and be like, I've got all these certs, I'm just trying to break in, I got the passion, I got the talent, blah, blah, blah. And I can see it. Yeah. We'll definitely consider you. So that, again, my personal, because if you don't have the passion for it, you're not going to last, in my opinion. Back from, cool, I'm actually caught up in the chat here. I've been thinking lately, even if you like a thing like cybersecurity and you're not good at it, how do you know if it's meant for you? That's a tough question. I mean, that's honestly a question that only you can answer, right? That's not something I can answer. That's not something that anybody in this room can answer, right? That is a personal journey of questions and insight that you have to go through. I would say before, going to do anything, there's CTFs, there's, even in your specific situation, going into building a home lab, even though this is not credible, but for this I think is credible, that you are going through and seeing, is this something I really want to do? I think home labs are that for you, right? How do you put things together? You can do cloud resources, you can do physical, and whatever you think you might be wanting to do. Whether it's digital forensics, if it's, being a SOC analyst, if you want to threat hunt, you want to do this, you want to do that. There's so many of those CTFs that are out there that you can go through, and most of them have been released. So if you get stuck on something, you can get the quote unquote cheaters, right? You can see, what are the hints and what are this, and so again, it's a personal journey that you're going to have to go through. I can't answer that for you. Literally nobody in this room can answer that question for you except for you. I really wish there was a way that I could be like, crack the head open and poke around or look around on a flashlight and poke your brain with a stick. You'd be like, oh, here's your answer. But that's a journey you're gonna have to go through. Have a good one, Headed Co Fish. Hey, Gary, did I miss any of your other questions? I think I answered it. Oh, okay, I did. Gary, I just think you need to be patient. Yeah. Carrie, maybe we need to pivot yours. What exactly are you wanting to do? We were actually having this discussion. Joseph was trying to help somebody else on that one. I would honestly put it up toward the top with your education. Or mix it in with your education, your experiences somewhere, right? That's my personal opinion. But I know Jerry has several YouTube videos on that. So. One other thing you could think about, I don't know if it was you or somebody else. There was somebody on LinkedIn I was talking to about it. And I think it's something that has kind of gone away, at least I haven't seen it a whole lot, is being able to create like a website, you know, jianmichael.com, and it'd be a WordPress or whatever site, and it's just a website resume, right? And you're just listing out everything. You can do a complete mind dump. And you can just put on there, you know, like their you know, when you do the very top with your name and your address and, you know, all that stuff, you be like, the following is a short snippet resume for my full detailed resume. Please go to this website, and you just do a complete mind dump, right? So. Exactly. You cannot train work ethic and attitude. Exactly. 1000%, Rob. All right, couple more minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Kimberly can fix it, and any of the other mods that may be around. Am I pretty much caught up on the questions? Carrie, no problem, but I know you're frustrated, dude. I'm frustrated for you. I really am. Unicorn hacking in Venice, angel investors, my internet tenants. Still criminal till I spill it to finish. Survival the fittest, the digital menace. I'm still in idle the scene, popping them volumes and sipping caffeine. Marshall with packets in a routine, and I write to a stream with a proxy between. Embedded Radix and Word, macros disabled, your boy ain't deterred. You know what, Carrie? Tell her you heard about the king nerd. I keep it swap on the phone, shut off utilities, black out your home. Cracking a wireless back with a drone, keep them at clone, D off the zone. Swatch your whole crew with a spook. Cops have no need for the truth. Just an excuse for the fools to get loose. Yeah. I was kind of trying to brainstorm that. Let me format this a different way. Carrie, do this. Go to Google. This is one way that I started, you know, when I got banned from computers at high school level after being, you know, arrested by the FBI and all that crap. But let's just say Dallas, Texas. I don't know where in the world you are anymore. You know, computer shops in Dallas, Texas, right? So, go away. Talk to some of these folks, you know, and just say, hey, you know, my name's Carrie. You know, I believe you were in the Navy, or, you know, I'm a veteran. I'm, you know, wanting to get into IT, things of that nature. You know, can I shadow? Can I work here? Yeah, I would try the paid position first. right? I don't want them taking advantage of a veteran, but like, hey, I'm just looking for like a part-time job or full-time job, whatever your case is. You know, I'm looking to get more experience. I'm just looking to be busy. And I think you go there with some of that. Some of these local computer companies will go out there or go out on a limb, especially for veterans, and looking to do something. You know, a lot of these computer shops, you know, let's see. A lot of these computer shops are going to be older people like us, right? Yeah, I was hoping to see some, you know, like picture of, hey, we're the owner type thing, or this is our staff or whatever. But yeah, I mean, just talk to them, right? I think that will go the distance for you, and that just may help you get some more, you know, experience, because you're dealing with weird users doing weird things, and you know they're going to stay away from the Staples and the Best Buy and all that. They're going to use their local computer people, because even like when we get a call in from our Google ads or whatever, and like, hey, I got this problem or whatever, and they're a consumer, you know, no disrespect to them, but we're not going to we're not geared for that. So we specifically even tell people, look, Google search local computer shop near me, and I tell them, you know, no offense to, you know, the big box ones, you know, but stay away from Staples, stay away from Best Buy, whatever. And the only reason for that is they have templated, you know, items that they're only allowed to do, and they have certain workflows. Local computer shops are allowed to do a lot more different things that those big box stores will do. And you're also supporting local business. As a business owner, I want to help people support other local businesses to your local environment or local geographic location. And that's why I kind of do that. So try that and see. What are you doing to integrate AI into your daily workload? I keep hearing about how you have to integrate AI or get left behind. What's your NJ and AZ? That is a whole topic I am struggling with. Music is a little loud in my ear. Turn it down to a tad. Yeah, I know, like, a lot of our tools use, you know, AI and ML, machine learning, for those who don't know, and a lot of their tools and stuff like that for threat detection and stuff. But like for our day-to-day, like, I'm not using ChatGPT or anything like that. And I do hear the same items you are. You got to get with the AI. You got to get with the AI. But, you know, I don't know. You know, I guess I will be more inclined to leverage AI from a workflow standpoint when the results are a little bit more reliable, right? So it's something I'm keeping my eye on. The biggest thing that I'm doing is, you know, I started 2 weeks ago, and I'm going back through even this week and potentially next week, where you know, a lot of business email compromises are in Microsoft 365 tenancies, and we're looking at the Copilot logs and stuff like that, how to identify Copilot logs in the Azure Unified Audit logs and things of that nature. You know, next I got to do mobile for on mobile forensics, because you can actually do Copilot on Microsoft without the license or without the 365 tendencies, from my understanding right now. So there's a whole forensic aspect that I got to go through. So that's kind of where I'm at right now, is like, you know, at least on that perspective. But it's like the new shiny ball. You know, everybody wants to do it, but it's not a very good ball yet. So it's something, I would say it's something to keep on your radar, right? And keep things up to date and kind of go through. I know So user on Twitch, just so you know, I am not Dr. Gerald Auger. I'm just filling in on jawjacking. So you may be a little bit new to this specific format, but Dr. Gerald Auger, who was here for the first hour, he normally does everything. It spends time, but my name is Eric Taylor with Barricade Cyber Solutions. I fill in on Tuesdays for jawjacking. DJ Bisek, another mod, does Thursdays. So we sit around for a little bit and just kind of answer questions from our unique perspectives and trying to just do that. But to answer your question, from me, I do like web apps, but I am more of a physical person. I do love, being able to physically break into things and do social engineering and things of that nature. So even though I'm a massive introvert, being able to get to places that I'm not supposed to be, I get great joy in that.
This palette that I paint with, code fragments sitting all up in the system matrix. Make shit happen for the back and keep it dangerous. Hack the root around me coming in through the basement. Chase it all up to the tippy top. I can tell I shut an island with a QC shining like diamonds, and I feel like dying sometimes when I'm flying on a focus. And my clothes stay the dopest and hope it's gonna keep on staying clear. Well into the following years, inflict fear on all other antis. Trying to keep a man.
I do not have a DEF CON black badge because I've never been there. I know Dr. Gerald Auger has been to DEF CON, but that's not his specialty either. I don't think he's partaked in any of the challenges or anything to go to get a black badge. I just heard one curse word. If I hit another one, I'll have to go with something else. Sorry for that. But I'm actually playing YT Cracker Nerdcore music right now. Oh yeah, that's a good point. Yep. Yeah. But yeah, MSPs, managed solutions providers, are a good resource because they just get exposed to so much different unique situations for their client bases. And even if that's a stepping stone, right, Carrie? Just so you know, I assume Raymond is just like me and or is talking to Carrie kind of like what I am. Even if the MSP or the basic local computer shop is just a stepping stone, it's getting your hands dirty, right? You're in the fight, so to speak. I have a legacy mentor and we are held back in fear as a team. Dude, that sucks. And that's when you just got to go outside and, do your own research, right? Oh yeah, I use Copilot for research. Yeah, I can see that. But like I said, it's the Copilot, all the AI models and stuff like that. To be a viable solution for threat intel, for infosec, and forensic and all that, it's going to have to go through many versions and be overhauled and things of that nature. It's not going to be perfect out of the box, right? And that's why you got to go through all these little goofy scenarios that everything is doing. So there was a story late last week, I think it was, and forgive me if I scratch my foot, where they were trying to do some AI generated pictures for some homework or something like that, and they wanted to get AI generated pictures of German soldiers. And don't take this the wrong way, but there wasn't one single white person in those pictures. Germans are white. I mean, I know they're not. You have a ton of national skin colors in Germany now and stuff like that, but when it was Nazi Germany, you know, it was white people because they, you know, Hitler was trying to, you know, do what Hitler was doing. We won't go down that whole rabbit hole, but, you know, you got to go through we got to go through these really, really stupid issues. I would just say he's stable. We have a very, 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 very long road. So, yeah, exactly. Drop it with fire, Joseph. I was trying to be very careful in what I said. There you go, Carrie. Yeah, I mean, dude, that veteran-owned computer company, man, that will probably, you know, one veteran talking to another, man. 9 times out, even if it's like helping them out on the weekends and stuff like that. I don't know, but talk to them, bud. That may be your ticket, right? I didn't know you were from Germany, Space Tacos. Yeah, I was at the barbershop a couple weeks ago, and you know, I was there first, one of the first appointments, and they, you know, most of the barbershops have their TVs and stuff like that, and I can't remember if they have Roku or whatever TVs, but before they started playing, like, you know, basketball games or whatever sport of the day, you know, there was Google-inspired images, and there was a bunch of them from like Ireland and Germany and Sweden, and I was like, man, those pictures look freaking awesome. You know, and as I'm getting more and more into drones and stuff like that, I'm like, man, that'd be an awesome place to fly a drone, and be an awesome place to go look. And yeah, I've been seeing, I guess because of the drone footages and stuff like that that I've been watching, been seeing a lot of people doing paragliding and stuff like that. You know, just doing the footages and I guess GoPros or whatever, just strapped to your seat as you're doing the paragliding and stuff like that. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. Oh, okay. I assume for military. I forget where we were. So, we were over there somewhere in Germany from when I was about 6 months old to 4 or 5 years old. My dad and stepdad were both Air Force. So right before, I think my mom divorced my biological dad, married stepdad, and then a couple months after that, we went TDY, Air Force terminology for overseas. Was that my doorbell or the music? I think that was the music. Oh, okay. All right, sorry. Getting caught up on some feeds there. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, so Germany. So yeah, we went over there. Yeah, I gotta dig them up. There's some really, you know, they're embarrassing stuff, you know, stuff from when I was a kid. But my stepdad was into cycling, being bicycle and all that stuff, and he into hiking and all that stuff. You know, you wouldn't know it now. I love food way too much, that's why I'm fat. But there was like a 5K walk or there was some sort of walk. And for every kilometer that you got, you got literally a ceramic damn plate of all the stuff in Germany, like almost like you were doing like a scenic tour or something, I guess. I know it's all that over at my mom's house, and I'm just like, this stuff does not go in, modern houses. And I'm not saying like a modern lifestyle, like the whole clean modern look or whatever. They're talking about like in 2024, most people are not hanging ceramic plates with the hooks and all that on your walls as a decoration like we used to do, before 2000. So, oh, you had a teaching job. That's pretty cool. Okay, not military. Okay. What would you advise someone to do daily to get into Blue Team? Dude, you know what? Yeah, there's so I don't know if this is a thing anymore, but years ago when what is it? It used to be called not was it Tech TV? Or am I thinking of the wrong thing? I'm probably thinking of the. Yeah, that's that old thing. Yeah, Tech TV was one thing, like an actual TV stuff that used to come out. What's that? Help me out, chat mods or whatever. Yeah, Leo Laporte. What is the new one? Where they get American Institute? No, that's not it. Who's the sponsor for Worldwide Wednesday? I forget the name of them. Is this it? Is this it, mods? ASI Learning? I think it is. Yeah, IT Pro TV. That's the thing I was thinking of. Learn more. So, they used to have, you always have the courses and everything like that you can go through. But you could literally go through, and they would have like live recordings every day. Like, they would be making a new course, right, of whatever. And you would be able to sit in chat in the room virtually, and while they were recording new content, you could be able to engage with them and stuff like that. And it was kind of cool. So that may be something, if they still do that, that may be something worth looking into. So you're getting that quote unquote latest and greatest information drip to you. So yeah, sorry, I'm getting distracted by mod chat. I mean, I understand that the co-founder sold out and all that stuff, but they really should have just kept the freaking name. It really, to me, IT Pro TV just it clearly stated what in the world you guys were. They should have just left the domain alone and just put like IT Pro TV, an ASI learning company or something, right? So. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there's 119 of you beautiful people here. We've probably definitely done some possible copyright violations with the nerdcore. I do have some other stuff to get taken care of. I'm hearing the dogs walk around downstairs, so it's probably potty time for them. I do appreciate all of y'all sticking around and hanging out. Please do me a favor and smack that thumbs up on your way out. If you found any of this enjoyable, please do us all a massive favor. Tell somebody about it. And hopefully be able to see them on the next jaw jacking or in a live stream. And if you've been here this long, think y'all deserve to see the sea shanty, and then we'll close out with Dr. Gerald Augier's closing notes. Again, thank you so much. I will see y'all next week on another jaw jacking episode. Take care.
There once was a kid whose passwords laid across all sites. They were the same, a criminal, then found their fame by taking that data to go. Soon may a criminal come to steal your pictures and data and run. One day when the crime is done, they'll steal your account and go.
Everybody, I hope you enjoyed that content. Keep the cybersecurity train going by connecting with the other Simply Cyber community resources. We have the Discord server that's lively and always keeps the conversation going. You can connect with me directly on LinkedIn. And also every single weekday morning on the Simply Cyber channel, we're doing live daily cyber threat briefings, 8 a.m. Eastern time, as well as Thursday at 4:30 p.m. We're doing live stream interviews with industry experts, and we produce videos that we push out every Wednesday morning. I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. I hope you enjoyed the content, and we'll see you in the next one.